I listen to the Voice of the Nation radio coming on live from ATL. We come to Answers with Barry show that comes on live on every Sunday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Tonight, this is Barry. As usual, I've got all the answers. But today, I'm going to get the answers from someone, right? All right, okay. We have our special guest. We have Dr. Onikwa over here, and we have Miss Shana with us. And we have a special guest that we're going to tell y'all at the end of the show. That's we leave it blank over there, all right? Okay, so after this song, we just start with our interview. Yeah, because of a little bit technical problem, so we're a little bit late, but you have to forgive us.
Work it, don't see I manage your home. I like the way it's work it. We done got no sit up on it, wind up on it, you gon' no say, no be poison. Mechanical boost, stop, flip out, lap dance, and I don't. Like with electricity, a remo, a best shock here by NLBP. Everybody is so lucky, everything who could be. Boobs and booty, Warren, I'm ready, what she. Boko, your fast piece, sell more
Yes, we come to Answers with Barry show that comes on live on every Sunday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Yes, as I said, tonight we have our special guest. We have Dr. Onikwa and we have Miss Shana with us, and we have a special guest too that we leave that place blank. But you know, at the end of the show, we'll let y'all know who that person is. So I would like Dr. Onikwa to go ahead and tell us a little bit about herself.
Hello, thank you. First, I would like to thank you for giving me this opportunity. Again, my name is Dr. Onikwa Hampshire. I am from Chicago, Illinois, and I went to Central State University in Wilberforce, Ohio. Worked in Michigan as a systems analyst. Now I work for the Clayton County Public School Systems, where I've been a mathematics teacher for the last 14 years.
Wow. That's really awesome. So, I mean, yeah, I can tell a lot of experience, a whole lot of information, and believe me, we're going to get a lot of information here today. And again, you should remember this is for Center4Transatlanti Leadership Progressive and Leadership Program that's, you know, they visited Ghana this year, June, and they here to share their experience and part of the interesting and uninteresting things that they did what they encounter with. So we also let Miss Shana also introduce herself.
Hello, and I want to thank you as well, Barry, for having us on your show today. A little bit about me. I am Georgia, born and raised. Have spent my whole life in Georgia. I'm currently an academic coach at a high school in Crawford County. As far as my education is concerned, earned my bachelor's degree from Georgia Southern and my master's from Cambridge and my specialist from Thomas University. And I've been in education 21 years. And in addition to being an educator, I'm also an author. And so I've been a published author for the past 10 years.
Wow. That's really awesome, you know. It seems like, I mean, for the past 2 weeks, which means this month I've been devoted for. I mean, all of them are doctors. Now, me too. I'm also a Dr. Berry. You know, so I mean, so I'm just gonna add it to my titles. Now another doctor will be here. You know, so I mean, so yeah, please, will you tell us when and why did you visit Ghana?
Are you talking about the first time or this time?
And
or both?
Both. We can put all together.
So the first time I went with the American Institute for Resource and Human Development through the Fulbright Hayes School Project Abroad for teachers, where I was awarded a scholarship from the government to study in Africa for 5 weeks.
Wow.
So I was rather nervous because I really never flown more than like 2 or 3 hours, so that was a little scary right there. But I went over there to study the culture so that we can come back and talk about the negative things that we see here, yes, to let them know the real truth, wow, about what we did see and what we did learn. So we did go there and we studied at the University of Ghana. We went to Kumasi, and I traveled. We went to Cape Coast, where we went to the slave castles. We visited quite a few places, as well as, you know, just learn more about the culture. That was in the 2018, so that was a 5-week study. And I went again this year in June for 2 weeks, where we went to offer professional development to the Weija School District, Weija School District, where we met a lot of great teachers, and it was just really an awesome experience, life-changing experience for me.
Wow, that's awesome. So, Ms. Shanna, when and why did you visit Ghana?
Well, a couple of teachers at my school last year also attended that Fulbright.
Yes, the Fulbright Hayes.
Okay, they went to Fulbright, and they came back to school just so excited and just had wonderful reports about Ghana. So just listening to them, that really made me want to go. And one of the people who went told me that Dorothy was starting her own group for people to go to Ghana. And once she told me that, then I reached out to Dorothy to make arrangements for me to go. Really a big motivation for that is, you know, just as Americans, especially Black Americans, I think a part of us just want to see Ghana and see the motherland anyway. So obviously for me, a good part of it was just getting in touch with the culture, getting in touch with our roots. But also I have a passion for working with other teachers and coaching them and building their teacher capacity. So to be able to do both of those things that I have a heart for it and an interest for it was just a blessing. And it was like Monique said, it was a life-changing experience. I can't wait to go again. And, you know, it has not, since we got back, there's not been a day that has gone by that I haven't thought about that trip.
Wow, this is really awesome. And we're going next year, June 2. So it means, I think we have to get 2 planes to go with, you know what I mean? Because the way everybody's saying it was interesting, and, you know, the good comments, you know, make it really awesome. And yes, how was the, you know, the reception in Ghana, like the people? How, you know, how was the reception? Like, how they, you know, make you all feel?
Kenny, you can go first on that one.
Well, I felt very welcome. Even from the moment I landed, there were people waiting for me to take me back to the hotel. I got there a little later than everybody else.
Yes.
And like the people said, I was fearful because that was my first time flying so far, and then to be doing it by myself. But as soon as I touched down, I felt the love, and from the people who were there to greet me, to take me on to the hotel, from people we just meet on the street, you know, it was all love. It was an environment of love, and it felt like I was home.
Yeah.
It's amazing how, just how welcome we felt over there.
to agree with Shanna. They were very welcoming. When the first year and the second year, they were very welcoming, and they took us in as if we were their family, you know.
Mhm.
And so it was just really awesome to just, you know, actually just to get to learn new things and to meet these people, to meet the different people that we did meet. Well, the second year when I got off the plane, you know, they kept pointing me to the Ghana national line. I was like, no, and I kept shaking my head because they wouldn't let me go to the other line where I could, because I was from the U.S.
Okay.
So I had to actually physically show them my passport that I was not a Ghanaian national.
Oh,
And I was like, wow, this is different, you know. So that was really, you know, interesting. But, you know, it was really a great experience with everyone.
Yes, it's really awesome, you know, like, I don't know, but, you know, like, the same way, likewise, when I stepped, you know, visited the United States the first time, you know, it was, but it's not about my interview anyway, so I will talk about those ones later. So now, can you tell me the first day, like, you know, how, like, tell us about your first day in Ghana, the first day, how you felt, you know, like.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would have to go back to 2018
Okay.
because that was my first day stepping foot. We did get off the plane. It was very interesting because we had to take a bus ride to go such a short route. That's something that we could have walked, and we were like, why did we have to get on a bus to go to the door? And so when we went to the door, it said Akwaba, you know, and that means welcome. And so we were like, oh, this is really nice. And so we just felt welcome from the time we stepped, you know, off the plane, because everyone was welcoming us and stuff like that, and trying to show us where we needed to go and stuff like that. And we were actually, I can't sleep on the plane, so I never went to sleep. And as soon as we landed and we dropped our items off at the University of Ghana, we caught the Cho-Cho to the Accra Mall. So we
So
can,
you're talking about the Cho-Cho. Oh my God.
Cho-Cho, yeah. So we can get cell phones.
That's a powerful experience, you know.
It was, you know, it was just really interesting. It was different, you know.
Wow.
So.
But that one, it's something else, you know.
I mean,
it's to get into the Cho-Cho that very day.
Yeah, right. So then
Wow.
we dropped our luggage off. We went out and we went on the road, and we had to catch a Cho-Cho. Yeah,
Wow.
to the Accra Mall. It was straight down the road, but you know, and then you have to cross that busy street. Now
Okay.
that was an experience because.
And that's scary too.
Right, it's really scary because here in the United States, the pedestrians pretty much have the right of way.
Yes.
Over there, no. No. If you do not get out of the vehicle's way, they will hit you. Okay, so yeah, that was a little different there. So,
And Shana, please tell us about your first day in Ghana.
Well, I distinctly remember being on a plane and looking down and just seeing all the beautiful lights. And, because, you know, just kind of going off of what you hear about Africa, you don't really hear how modern and metropolitan it is. So to see that, even from the plane, it was already a big deal for me. And once I got there, like I said, our people who were with us the whole time were there to greet me at the airport. And I was a little nervous because I didn't know what they looked like. They didn't know what I was like. And, but we found each other relatively quickly. On the way to the hotel, they stopped to get me something to eat. So I had my first authentic Ghanaian
to all our listeners who want to join us next year, you see, like, they feel secure. We're not done yet, but let me do a little bit of advertisement, right? We feel secure, we feel at home. So if you want to be part of it, next year, you can call me on 404-988-5691, or you can go to voiceofthenationradio@gmail.com. Or you can also, at the end of the show, I'm going to put some few numbers out there that you can also contact Dr. Williams and Dr. Stella and myself and all the crew, Dr. Nikwa, Dr. Barbara, Shenna. We have all, at the end of the show, I'm going to mention all the names though. So if you know any of them, contact them. And next year is going to be more fun because we have more activities and more things, to make it more fun. Because believe me, as I feel at home here, that's also our home over there. So we have to enjoy in both places. Okay, come to the main reason why y'all went there. What are some of the topics you taught at the educational symposium with the teachers?
One of the main topics we discussed was differentiation. I noticed when I went in 2018, when I visited, we visited like 5 different schools. When they had so many students, we noticed that they were just teaching just one way. All of the students, they were just right and stuff like that. And so I was like, well, I wonder how they reached a diverse group of learners that they do have, because not everyone learns in the same way. And so we said, okay, well, let's try to show them like different things that they could possibly do, because I know that the average class size for the Wasia School District is 65 students per teacher. And to me, we can't complain for our 30 or 35 that we have here, because 65 students on one teacher, that's the average. We did meet a couple of teachers where they had 110, 120 students to one teacher with no assistance. And so that made me feel very grateful that I have the 30 or whatever, however many students I do have. And so we wanted to just show them just some strategies that they could possibly use in the classroom to assist them with, helping the students, the diverse group of students learn.
Let's see. So Ms. Shanna,
just to piggyback off of what she said, I think our main focus was on differentiation and giving the teachers some of those high-yield instructional strategies and just practical strategies they can use, even though you have a large class like they have. That does not mean you can't differentiate, and even in a setting like that, you really need to differentiate, because it's hard to reach all the students. But if you can have them in small groups or give them assignments where you're giving them choice and they're sort of tailored to the students' strengths and their multiple intelligences, I think it makes it easier for the teacher. And so with that type of situation, it is win-win all the way around. Because we did see a lot of that whole reconstruction and just how the kids are built today. That model doesn't bring out the maximum potential for all students. So that differentiation piece is very important.
Yes. So that also tells us the kind of privilege, we have over here. That's, some people even don't know, they're just abusing, they don't even know, it's a blessing to be here too, But what about the teachers? Do they understand your accent, because sometimes it's very hard for us to catch the way, you talk, sometimes it's a little bit fast.
Well, one thing we did ask them if we are speaking too fast, because I know sometimes I would speak very fast, that we would ask them to ask us to slow it down, or we can repeat it, because it was a language where they did understand us. It was 2 instances where we were speaking a little too fast, and we just had to repeat ourselves and slow down so that they can understand what we were saying.
Okay. What about me, Shanna?
I will say that I had that same experience. I have a double-edged sword, because I talk fast and country. Southern girls, so they had to, one, get through my accent and then get through my fast everybody understood, and I think, once we got over that initial hurdle, we was okay.
Wow. And were you able to interrupt with the school children, and how was the interruption? Because I know you didn't deal with just with the teachers. You see, that's the good things they did. They didn't just went there just for the teachers, but for the children, even for the community. And those Ghanaians listening to us tonight, all I'm saying is, like, when we go on our knees, we should remember such people being a blessing, to put smile on these children's faces and the teachers, and also, with gifts and all that. I'll speak a translation. We say translation because I'm going to speak in the Cree English. I stand in the leg of all the Ghanaians to say thank you. On behalf of all the Ghanaians community, now speaking the better English. On behalf of the Ghanaians, community and the Ghanaians here in Atlanta, in the States, we want to really appreciate you for what's you there, because it takes a good heart, and it takes just the favor of God to touch people like you to do what people are doing. Because there's a lot of people out there, they can do more, but if they don't have that desire to do it. So I'll use this time and this opportunity to say thank you. I really appreciate you. And our next question is, were you able to interrupt with the children, and the children, did they understand? Because I know the teachers, they will were able also understand your accents, like the way
you're talking about the children.
The children.
Well, first, Madame.
Hi, Madame.
Yeah.
Did I say right? You saying all right.
Thank you, friend.
Mm-hmm. We're coming to that, but it seems like you're already speaking all the Cree, which is good. But Shana, keep yours, all right?
Okay. So the interaction, we did interact with the students at the schools. I know we did interviews at Oblogo, the basic school, and they were the students did some of them did have a little problem with the way we were speaking, but we had to just slow it down. But they were really excited just to talk to us. They were really excited, and we were just asking them about how they learn and stuff like that, and they were just really open, and they were just really excited to just talk to us, and we felt welcome from the kids, because they wanted to take pictures with us, and it was really awesome. Yes, it was an awesome experience.
Yeah, I agree. I know the last two we visited, they had like little rock stars. So
yes.
All of us plans, and like I said, one to take pictures and one to talk to us.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that I found interesting, we were asking the students about the best way they learn.
Mm-hmm.
They all said something different, which indicated to me that differentiated instruction is definitely needed. And a lot of them, if we asked them how they preferred to learn, they were very clear on how they learn best. So I think that the more that we can encourage those strategies that work with American kids, for the kids, the kids are kids regardless. So a lot of those strategies that we use here will be just effective over there. But the students were just so sweet, and I was just blown away by how well managed those classes were.
Yes,
so many students. We have, I can just think about my school. We have some classes with the smallest, 10, 11 students, and the teachers have a hard time handling those kids. So I was just very impressed with those teachers and with those students for how well those schools are run under the circumstances they were in.
Right. And it was just really nice to see how the students help one another as well.
Yeah.
They sat in threes, and if one didn't get it, they were assisting to make sure that they understood. Which it was really awesome to see that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So can you mention some of the names of the schools you visited?
Weasia Presbyterian JHS Junior High School. We went to Oblogo Basic. We went to Weasia Basic, and was it at JHS? We went to 5. Well, no, we only visited one. Oblogo, the Presbyterian, and it was the one on the last day. I think that was another basic, but I can't remember the name of that one.
Yeah, but
that
was only 3. I mean,
yeah.
Y'all probably went to school before I got there, but I was 3 with you all.
Yeah.
Okay. And how was the teaching and the learning experience you had in Ghana? How was the teaching and the learning experience like?
It was actually, the first group was, we really didn't know what to expect, but it was really awesome. They really welcomed us. Michael led like one of the icebreakers, and we had to, he did some kind of song and dance, and we all joined in. It was so much fun. It was really awesome. We would do like skits, and, we just had a different type of professional development. It was not just a sit down and write type of thing. It was more of they're going to interact with us.
So you have to get more involved.
They were very involved
Wow.
to actually demonstrate what we were trying to get them to see. It was really awesome. The second group was just as wonderful. It was just really overall a great experience for everyone.
And then
I agree. And what struck me was just how eager those teachers were to learn. The teachers were as eager to learn as the students were. And like Anika said, it wasn't a sit and get. We were involved. We practiced. We did demonstrations with them and went through the whole process, each of the strategies. And so I think that the teachers got a lot out of it because they came in with the expectation of learning, and so they were just like sponges for all that we were, for all the strategies and whatnot that we were giving them.
Wow. And I guess the kids were so excited because they have some people from outside, especially from the United States, and they working with them. You make them also feel really special. That was really awesome. And can you name some of the interesting places that you have visited? And why does it look like, why is it interesting? What makes it interesting?
Well, like I stated before, we did visit the castles.
Okay.
Well, one for this, because I visited the castles last year in 2018, but the one that was really very interesting to me was to meet the First Lady King. And she was so down to earth. Nana, I can't pronounce it. Yeah, that's it. But she was just really welcoming. She welcomed us into her home. She cooked dinner for us. She allowed us to have a question and answer where we asked her questions, and it was really interesting and welcoming. She actually got up and danced with us. We had such a ball, and it was just so much fun.
Yes, for me that was definitely a highlight. I went into it so nervous because she's royalty, and I didn't know what to expect.
Right.
But she was just so down to earth, so welcoming. She definitely has a regal presence about her, but she didn't treat us like I'm the king, y'all the peasants. She was just it felt like a sisterhood, like we really connected on a level as Black women who are kind of bosses in our own right, and it was just such a memorable experience, and that part definitely touched me. Just
was just a great overall experience, you know, being in her presence. It was just awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, this question, as a matter of fact, I think I'm going to get the same answer anyway, because I wanted to ask when was the most interesting day when you visited Ghana and why? But it seemed like Nana's thing is covered, but I ain't going to maybe
Okay.
get,
Well, that one for this year, but last year, I would have to say meeting back up with one of my college friends from Central State. I hadn't seen him in like 23 years. That was really really interesting, you know, because when he walked up, he remembered my entire name. And I was like, oh, wow, you know. So just to see him in Ghana, because, you know, the last time I saw him, he was
from here. And
he's from Ghana. He studied at Central State University. He was an engineer major at Central State University. And, yeah, we met there. And just to see him after 20-something years, it was awesome.
That's great. And Shanna, I mean, you already let us know the best day already, right? At Nana's place.
Yeah, that would be for the 2019 year. So I did both years.
Another place that stood out for me, and this is after the rest of the ladies left, and it was just me and Ryan. We went to, I think I'm going to say the beach on
Labadi Beach. Oh, I love that beach. It's awesome.
Yeah. That was just, we had such an amazing time, and we actually met two guys who live in Ghana for a time now. So they're from Alabama.
Oh, wow.
And we had such a good time with them that night, and they took really good care of us. And you know, it was just interesting for us to be able to talk to them because we had someone to compare living in Ghana, you know, compared to living in America. And we all just talked about how much potential Ghana has to be just a force to be reckoned with in all areas. And just to see what they are doing to try to make the country as great as it can be. And they, like us, fell in love with it so much that they moved there and they're there full time now. So other than meeting the Queen Mother, that was definitely a big highlight for me as well.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Let's see. So will you want to visit Ghana again and why?
Oh, absolutely.
Definitely. What'd you say, honey? I didn't hear you.
No, he was talking to you. I just jumped in.
Oh, no. Go ahead. Feel free, sweetie.
Well, yes, absolutely. I can't wait. I want to take my children back with me. You know, it was that's something. If I go every year, I'm going to try to go every year.
Definitely, you know, it was a great experience, and so therefore, you know, there's some other places I would like to see, like the river where they took the slaves, and so we didn't get to go as to some of the places I wanted to see, but you know.
It seems like you can read mine because I was about to. What are some of the interesting places you want to visit the next time you go to Ghana, and why?
I want to go to. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'll wait.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
I'm getting my thoughts together. Go ahead.
That's why I said you can go ahead. Well, there was one thing that we didn't get a chance to do. It was some bridge walk or something.
Oh,
I know it was in Cape Coast, and didn't have time to go to it, but whatever it involved the bridge, I know that, and I definitely want to go back to that when we get to when we go again, and to see the university because I didn't get a chance to see the University of Ghana, and I would like as well.
I would like to go back to the University of Ghana because I have so many friends, as well as I would like to visit Academic City College. That's where my friend works there.
Your friend, she from here or
no,
she from Ghana?
He's from Ghana.
From Ghana. Okay.
Yes, and he works there, and I would like to visit that college. They're doing great things in engineering, and he's just doing an awesome job at Academic City College.
Okay. So y'all listening to Answers with Barry show that comes on live on every Sunday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. and you listen to the Voice of the Nation. You can listen to us on TuneIn Radio on Modern Ghana, and on phone if you live around the United States, and all over the world. We're gonna take a little short break, and then we'll be right back. And again, it's Ebony. Why Ebony? So this coming Saturday, we have the opportunity to interview Ebony's father, and there's a lot of questions that a lot of people need answers. And believe me, I know as it's coming on this show, it's gonna be a little bit rough, but put up your questions because people saying a lot of things about the family, about the dad, and there's another hidden thing that now we're looking for it to know exactly what happened. Why? Because the driver, he's the only one who survived. The driver that survived, it seems like the dad can see him, he can question him, and we don't know why the authority are protecting this guy. So at this show, I know it's gonna be a little bit emotional, but it's gonna be more into it. So let's take a little bit short break, and then we'll be right back.
Down the beat, the 90s bad girl trend. See, I had to say, boy, you a player. You the score like Messi, play like Kaka, dribble like Picasso. You the like Barcelona, Real Madrid, Arsenal, Man U, Chelsea. I will give you my heart, give you body, do anything for you. Sacrifice my life to be your wife. I'm gonna be there for you. But if you break my heart, I go there to your father. You can't be my son, you go call me your mother. Say if you break my heart, I go there to your father. You gonna be my son, you go call me your mother. I'll go fear, every time I go fear. I'll go fear, so make us answer me. Me love you, me dance, me love you.
Yes, Kekeliba. Y'all listen to Ancestors Berry Show that comes on live on every Sunday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. That was Ebony. This is to the men, right? Say, man, if you mess up, so the guys, man, yeah, be careful, right? Please, yeah, should also be patient with us, please. Sometimes, you know, things happen, alright? Okay, we get back to we get back to our interview, and again, if you're listening to us, you can listen to us on TuneIn, on Voice of the Nation Radio, on Modern Ghana, and also on the phone number. Like if you live around the United States, at the end of the show, I'm going to put up the phone number that you can listen to us. Yes. Dr. Oniqua and Mishana, what is your favorite Ghanaian dish? I see. After the food, the song will come, because when I was playing Ebony, she was singing it. So, Mishana, you also get ready. After the food, you're going to tell me what's up.
Okay, I didn't get a question. What was it? If my phone went out or something.
Oh, okay. The first question is, what's your favorite Ghanaian dish?
I did not have a bad meal when I was there. Now, I will say that when I first got there, the second day we were there, we had, well, at least I did, it was char grilled chicken, and it was so delicious. Now, I've had chicken before, obviously, but it's something in the way they seasoned it, that it was like Jesus came down and the chicken went back up. It was so good.
Gonna come down.
I'm trying to think what else. I fell in love with the ginger pineapple juice. That's something I've never had before. That was delicious. And I didn't have there was nothing that was bad. Everything that I had was delicious.
Okay.
And the dough rice, that was a new experience I had. That was like every meal. But,
eating too much hello rice.
It was good.
Well, in 2018, my favorite food was cooked by Auntie Millie, and she made peanut butter soup with salmon. Oh, it was so good. Okay. It was just delicious. And I had the little sticky ball rice, dipping it. Oh my gosh, that stuff was so good. Okay.
I have it. I call it rice balls.
Rice ball, yeah. Okay. It was really good. And this year, there were two things. When we went to Cape Coast, there was this little restaurant that we went to, and they made something called Goat by the Way. That stuff was Goat by the Way.
Oh, cool.
Go by way.
Go by way.
And it was goat with like peppers, onions. It was so good. Okay.
Spicy.
It was a little spicy. It wasn't as spicy as the goat pepper goat soup. It wasn't as spicy as that. But I like. Oh my gosh, that was so good. Also, Emmanuel took me to some place where they had some. This chicken was so good. It was like. I don't know what it was, but the season was superb. Okay. It was just awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Then let me just use this to advertise my business now. Now I'm about to start, this African American, all that. Coming out with my chicken wings, big chicken. It's going to be like healthy food. So it's going to be like big chicken, pasta, and salad. And I'm starting early next year. So, please, you advertise for me.
All right.
Yes, and I'll deliver it to your houses and schools, and so it's coming up. I don't know the name to give it to you yet, but I should have prepared some, and Shanna could have mixed for not coming. I should have prepared some today. The flavor is so good. I think before we go next year, we're gonna do the like we did the first one, we did the pre-food, and they came over to test it and everything. But this ain't going to be pre because it started January 1st. So, this is...
But Barry, one thing I do want to say, though, and just to kind of put the food in context, we had that great food in Ghana, and when I was flying back, had a layover in London, and I had to eat something. And immediately, my taste buds realized we're no longer in Ghana. That food was just so bland compared.
Exactly. Yeah. reminded me of something that my uncle told me when I was younger. You do not know how to cook unless you know how to season your food.
Yes, it's all about the
It's
seasoning.
about the seasoning.
Okay. And also, I'm trying to show off a little bit because if the doctor didn't know I'm a chef, as she walk here, she see one of those things out there.
Yes,
It's
I
like,
did not.
yes, I am a chef.
Yes.
Yeah, so, I mean, this healthy food that is coming out, I mean, I already start sending samples out and people give me very good comments about it. So, I know by the grace of God, you know, this magic touch is going to be powerful. Anyway, let me just go back. Because we have to talk about chicken, that's why I brought it in. So, what new Ghanaian word did you learn?
Madase.
Thank you. Good morning.
Madampo.
My friend. You
Maho.
you say, you know what, Shane, I ain't gonna get something to say.
Oh.
I'm just joking.
I learned big dope. I probably saying it wrong.
What'd you say?
Big dope. Don't tell me, you know, I'm saying it wrong. But I learned my Ghanaian name of the
Okay.
Okay.
Like Monday, I'm Monday born Kojo.
Mine is Ashwa.
Ajwa, so me and you, Monday.
Also.
Monday.
He's Monday born.
Monday.
Monday
Kojo,
born.
so Kojo, Ajwa.
Ajwa.
And, you know, and Tuesday.
Kwame is Saturday,
I
right?
think Saturday. And it also helps for you to know the exact day that Akosia is, I think, Sunday.
Sunday. Yeah, of course.
Now we all learn. I don't have to say it too.
You are too funny. Mess.
So Shana, do you know yours?
what accident, what you say?
Which day you born?
Monday.
Monday. So you two, you are
Ajwa.
Ajwa. Oh, so we have two Ajwa here and two Kojos here. That's what's up. You see, that's how we get along. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Wow, that's really awesome. That's really awesome. Yeah. So can you name some communities in Ghana, like some places, name of some places in Ghana, Accra?